I kind of went over this a little bit on the call last night, but the whole entire point of this call is to literally talk about your journey, where you were before you started, where you are now, and anything and everything in between. The whole entire point of this call is to get your utmost honesty. So everybody watching this video wants to hear about your journey and just you being as honest as humanly possible. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Awesome. So just to jump straight into it, can you quickly introduce yourself? Who you are, what you do, and how long you've been reselling?
My name is Michael. I've been reselling since 2022. I used to sell fitted hats back when it was a huge trend on TikTok, and then I just started selling shoes. After that whole hype train died, and I would just sell single pairs, finding them on marketplace, sell single pairs, clean them up, make a little profit on them. And now it's to a point where I can sell hundreds to thousands of pairs each week to different wholesalers using new stuff that I learned from this group and stuff that I've already learned just from, doing for the last 3 years.
Right. And then before joining Growth Launch and starting to work with us, what did your sneaker reselling business kind of look like on a day-to-day basis?
It looked like me basically like scrolling on my phone on stories looking for, people's shoes to buy. And I didn't really have any systems in place. I was kind of just like hoping there were some shoes that come by, or I had a few people that would constantly buy from, or I'd be like, hey, what do you have available? So I had like a small little network and kind of like almost like on luck looking for shoes. And it wasn't that very consistent. I was making like $2,000 to like $5,000 months. And it was kind of at a point where I was like, what can I even do to get out of this like plateau and, really make this more of a business than, I can work for, 2 hours and then just go screw off. You know what I mean?
Right. And I mean, what do you kind of feel like was the biggest difference from going to making like below 5,000 to like 10,000 in such a fast period of time? Because you really only did that. It really only took you like 90 days to do that shit, to be honest. So like, what do you feel like was the biggest determining factor that took you there?
The biggest determining factor, I mean, I would say with the systems that I put in place, as well as being consistent and having like, accountability. I mean, from working in your own house, it's really, hard to stay on track, on focus, and be able to do everything with the leisure being at your house. So having, people to around you that are like-minded and want you to do good really helps you out a lot when you're not just solely looking at yourself inside your business, seeing what you have to do. You have people from the outside, helping you like push the way to what you should be doing instead of what you think you need to be doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense. And then before you started joining this program, so before June for the most part, what do you feel like were some of the biggest struggles or challenges you were kind of facing?
I was struggling finding a lot of inventory and then having consistent people to always buy that inventory. Now it's a problem with there's so many shoes out there. It's like it has to be the right price because I can instantly get them sold.
Right. And I mean, dude, I feel like everybody, once you finally start to get motion, you finally start to realize that like the shoes sell themselves. Like it's not really hard. It's just once you first start off building the clientele to put yourself in a position to have the shoes actually sell themselves is the hard part. You know what I mean? And then how do those challenges, make you feel about your business at the time? Like, did you think this was long-term, sustainable, or like, where was your kind of your head at when you're making like sub 5K months?
When I was making sub 5K months, I was definitely thinking it was a side hustle. I was like, hey, it's like an easy way, every day I can make a little quick cash, and it's, not necessarily sustainable for years, but sustainable for now. And I mean, what's working now is, working to a small extent. So I was thinking it's like, hey, like I'm trying to think of what I really want to do like long term. And right now I have a small cash flow and I can either keep working at 9 to 5 or, go all in on something else.
Right, definitely. And then what made you like actually decide to even join our program and work with us? Because I know when we were on the call, you were a bit hesitant about it at the time. What made you like even decide to do this?
With me, it's like I love shoes so much. Like I've been around like clothes and shoes like for since I was in high school, and that's always what I love to buy. And I started selling them. So it's the thing, like I'm always around it, and that's something I really enjoy. And I always want to run a business. So going from a side hustle to a business was like, I need to be able to take that next step. And, I need a mentor to be able to do that. I don't know everything, and I need, I need blueprints and help to, be able to scale without falling on my face 100 times.
Right, definitely. And I mean, before you joined, like I said about the hesitations, what hesitations or concerns did you have?
As opposed to what?
Like, as in, like, joining the program and, paying a kid that you've just seen on social media X amount of money. Like, I mean, what concerns did you have when you did this? Or did you not have any concerns at all?
If I'm going to be honest, I really didn't have any concerns for, the value that the group was going to bring, because I've known you for quite some time. We used to do like single pair sneak videos like 2-3 years ago. So it was
a long
like,
time ago.
like seeing your whole entire journey. It's like the proof's right there in the pudding. It's like, if I want to tag along and learn from someone who's already fucking done it, then it's like, what's stopping me,
Right,
It's like it's on me at that point. It's like, I know I can trust Brayden. This is Brayden's friend Gabe. Like, I see what he's doing on social media. It's like, I put two and two together. They're building this whole big value for a program, and it's like, this person's not going to take my money. He's not like some of those like
So when you
on Instagram.
So when you got on the call, and I've never asked you this before, like, were you like, did you know going into the call, you're like, okay, cool, like, this is, I kind of have a good idea what this call is about. Like, I'm just gonna do this. Like, is that your perspective going into the call, or like, where was your headspace kind of at?
Before I got the phone call?
Yes, or well, coming into the phone call.
Okay, well, coming into the phone call, I was in my head. I was like, if this is something to where it's like I get a lot of value as a mentorship, a network, and daily, weekly help on being able to scale my business, then that is something I'd definitely be interested in. And I was like, whatever the price tag is, if it makes sense, it makes sense. Like, for the value, I'm not gonna pay $100,000 for some shit like that. But like,
obviously, yeah,
who the fuck is,
Yeah, I mean, you just have to look at it from an ROI perspective. Like, I would gladly pay somebody $100,000 if I could turn that into 300 in a year. It's exactly. Like you got to look at it from the bigger picture. Like, I'd pay any amount of money if I could get more out of it in the span of like 6 months to 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But, and then what's like your favorite part or the most valuable thing that you've learned from the whole entire program?
The most valuable thing is honestly the systems that I started to create that make it to where I can constantly have my business almost working for me while I'm also working. Like, with the program, there's a lot of people I met inside the program that help it, so where a lot of the outsourcing for shoes just funnel to me instead of me going out looking for them.
Dude, what do you feel like was the biggest reason like you were able to attract shoes rather than like having to outreach for them now? Like, do you feel like
definitely posting content, putting my face out there, having people, know exactly who I am, what I do, and that I literally document the process for me, boxing up the shoes, shipping out the shoes, selling the shoes, what I did in the morning and what I did at night. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
people feel safe, shopping with me. And it's like, they would rather pay, an extra $1 buying it with me because I'll ship it within 24 hours than, the scumbag that's drop shipping it from overseas, and you're going to get your package in a month.
Right. And I mean, bro, it's what I tell everybody at the end of the day. It's like, if somebody asks me for GUA, I'm like, bro, look at my face. I post my face like 5 times a day, and you're telling me that like you think I'm not legit? I tell people all the time, bro. I've started doing this. I'm like, if you don't feel comfortable enough to send me money, then don't. Because it's not worth my time and the headache, because the shoes will sell themselves regardless. And another thing about outreach too, it's like, I used to be in your same position, bro. I used to fucking come home and I would sit down and I'd sit on my ass and I would outreach to people all day, day after day, day after day. And it took me like a cool like 4 months to actually break that loop and be like, oh shit, like I don't really have to do this anymore. And then once you present yourself good on social media and people start coming to you, everything changes, bro. It all roots back to social media. If you have a good social media presence and people know who you are and you're actually putting yourself on the map, you can pretty much do fucking anything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but how has the whole entire program helped you look at your sneaker reselling business differently? Maybe you were treating it more like a side hustle at the time. How do we feel like we look at it like as an actual business now?
Yes, this changed my perspective on looking at it as a side hustle now to a business, to where it's like, it's actually possible to make it from, 2 to 5K months to 10K months. And now it's like, I'm at I just hit $10,000 this month. If I keep everything going on and do more, like it's easy to attain $15,000 this month if I do everything I'm supposed to do and more. And it gets my mind thinking to where it's like, what can I do to make it so I work less and my money makes money for me, to where it's at a point where I can make it to where I could sell my business
Right.
way down the road worth so much money to where I'm not even working. The business is working for me.
Yeah.
Like I've never even had those thoughts about this until like the last like few weeks. Like, that it's actually possible.
Yeah, and I mean, even as like a business perspective, like what I've started to learn, like speaking to like people who are making like multiple six figures, if not seven figures a month, is like the biggest way that you get the bang for your buck and you can actually exit eventually is finding something that you can use to build you a shitload of cash, using that cash to build something that you can sell for a 7, 8, maybe even a 9-figure exit at some point in time, and they can be done, bro. If you can do all of that shit, you can do whatever the fuck you want the rest of your life. You can start another business. You can fucking open a coffee shop. You can go live on an island. And it's like, it's just a freedom to being able to do whatever the fuck you want if you can do this hard, boring shit correctly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. I'm glad that you're thinking like that. What specific results, obviously the 10K month, have you seen since joining that have like changed your whole entire perspective on the business, whether that's sales, revenue, consistency, sourcing improvements, etc.?
Well, this is a pretty wild statistic. My very first month reselling for a full entire year, I did $100,000 in sales.
Yeah.
Last month alone, I did $76,000 in sales.
Right.
So 1 year to 1 month is pretty close.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And then obviously, we took you from like around 5K months to 10K in 90 days. And I mean, do you feel like that was like genuinely us, like our program that took you there? Or do you feel like you could have did it by yourself?
I mean, I will never doubt myself. I definitely say I could get there. I wouldn't say the time frame would be 90 days.
Right. And I mean, well, once you did join, like, were you striving to hit a 10K month, or was like you were kind of scattered all over the place? Like, kind of tell me where you were at a little bit.
Yeah, I was jumping around. Like, I really wanted to, be able to push $10,000 months. Like, I always want to make as much money as I physically could, but I didn't really know, like, I didn't really look at it as an outside perspective. Like, what are my flaws, and like, what am I doing wrong, and what should I be doing, and what can I do every single day to help my business and be able to bring it to the next level. Like, that's the type of stuff I wasn't really thinking about. I was kind of thinking in the moment, like, what should I do right now? Or what should I do in an hour? Not like, what should I do tomorrow? What should my stuff look like for the rest of the week?
Right.
What goals should I be aiming to achieve? Not like, what should I do today? All right, I did everything I want to do today. Let's go do something else.
Yeah, definitely. And then
I didn't plan shit.
Yeah, and like, dude, that's the biggest thing, bro. If you can plan like 2 to 3 steps ahead in business, so that way everything that you're doing today can correlate with what you're doing tomorrow, it will put you in such a better position because like you're kind of streamlining everything as you go, so you know what you're doing at every single point in given time. And like something that I started doing is I have my end of day tasks and then I have my beginning of day tasks. My end of day tasks start when my beginning of day tasks are done. And my end of day tasks consist of planning everything that I'm going to do the next day. And then those are my beginning tasks. And then once I get to the next day, I do all my beginning tasks. Once I get that all done, I don't have to technically do anything else. So I plan for my next day doing my end of day tasks. So that's something that really helped me. But I know we kind of went a little in depth on what I'm about to ask, but like, how does your mindset feel now since you joined? So over the last 90 days, how has that changed?
Yeah, it's definitely changed from I was really like, I wouldn't say fully comfortable, but I was definitely comfortable with what I was doing. And it's like, that's part of the reason where I couldn't get out of that barrier to be able to make more money and, be able to make my business scale at all. Like, I was literally genuinely comfortable doing the same things every single day and, having around the same results. You know what I mean? I wasn't putting anything that much like extra into it. Like, maybe I put a little this and a little this, each day, but not like to where I can wake up 7 in the morning and work till 1 in the morning, you know?
Right, right. And I mean, do you feel like putting yourself in a position with like other like-minded individuals, like people who are making what you're making in a month, like 5 to 10x consistently every single month? Like, do you feel like that pushed you, or
Oh,
like,
100%.
do you feel like that kind of made you look at it and was like, holy shit, like I'm way too comfortable. Like, there's people doing what I'm doing at such a high level. Why am I not there yet? Is that kind of what your perspective was?
Oh, 100%. Like I like being the perspective where I'm like the little fish in the room with all these big sharks. Like I always have an open ear for stuff, and it really helps me, have a different perspective and, learn from people who've already been through what I'm currently at right now.
Right, definitely. And then what goals are you working towards now that you feel like are actually possible? Because obviously before when you were only doing 3, 4, 5K a month, the goal was 10K a month. You hit 10K, like what do you want to do now, bro? Like where do you see your business 6 months to a year from now?
6 months to a year from now, in 6 months, I definitely believe that I could be making at least $40,000 to $50,000 a month. By the end of the year, I want to buy a Tesla,
It's fucking
and by the
dope,
end of
bro.
next year, I want to buy my mom a car.
Let's do it, bro. When are you gonna move out? You're what, 21, right?
Yeah.
When are you gonna move out?
Um, I'm not sure when I'm gonna move out yet.
Do you like living at home?
I mean, I would say it's chill because I have no expenses and stuff,
Yeah.
and like there's some stuff my mom needs help on.
Right.
So it's
No,
kind of a
that's
situation
respect.
where I can move out, but like it costs money and like it puts more stress on my mom's shoulders.
Definitely. And then just for everybody watching this video, because a decent amount of other resellers are going to watch this video who were literally in the same position as you, if not in a worse position, and they're on the fence about joining or even getting on a call with us, what would you tell them?
If they were on the fence of even getting on a call, it really depends on if they really want it. Like if they want to break out their comfortability zone, they want to be able to not even take that risk, to be able to have someone that's truly done it guide you and give you a whole community with a shit ton of value to be able to scale to the next level. I mean, I feel like it's kind of dumb if you don't take something like that. It's literally investing in yourself.
Right, right. And I mean, do you feel like anybody who wants to scale their reselling business or wants to learn more should like even hop on a call with us, or do you feel like it's not worth their time to even hear from us?
I mean, I think it's definitely valuable to even, hear what you have to say. Like at the end of the day, like there's literally people in our program that like haven't even like don't even know what the shoe market is, and now they're making even more money than me, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, bro, that's what I tell everybody when I get on calls with them too. Like I work with the guys who are making $1,000 a month, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000. Guys who just hit first 10K a month like you, and then we have guys who are making like 15, 20 and like want to make 30K this month. So it's like realistically, our program works for anybody and everybody unless you're making like 50K a month. If you're making like 50K a month, you probably already got it figured out. But anything less than that, we can definitely help you in some way, shape, or form, whether it's directly on your business or it's indirectly on other parts outside of your business that can 10x your whole entire operation as a whole. Because you kind of have to look at it from an outside perspective, like you said, and figure out what's working, keep that, get rid of what's not working, and double down on what you already know is working. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What is one piece of advice you'd give to a reseller who's in the same spot you were, or maybe even doing worse than you before they even joined?
My biggest piece of advice is to be able to realize what you're doing wrong, write it all down, make sure you know what's going wrong, do anything you can to fix it, and then journal everything to make it to see what's working, what's not working, and make it so you can put a system in place eventually within like a week to know. It's like, I don't know if I worded that how I wanted to.
Pretty much what you're saying is figure out what you're doing on a day-to-day basis and write it down and figure out what you need to do more of and less of. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just it all comes down to systemizing every little thing. Because like you didn't have any systems when we started working together, and now it's like you're systemizing little stuff that like you didn't even think you could systemize, and it's working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your biggest takeaway from the whole entire program? Like being in here for the last like 100 days almost. Like, what's your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is definitely that shoes sell themselves. It's all about content for most of the part. Is how you present yourself on social media. That's the whole business at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree
People
with
shopping
you.
off of you.
And like even some of these like other businesses like that aren't even within the reseller industry, like I see window cleaning business, blue collar businesses, like all of these businesses across the world who are doing X amount of money per month, they're doing good, but I'm like, bro, nobody even fucking knows who you are because you have no marketing. Marketing is like probably one of the biggest things that contributes to a business. Like if you have good fulfillment, you can actually get the job done and you have good results and you don't have good marketing, you're never going to make the amount of money that you want to make. If you market correctly, the opportunities to make money is absolutely fucking endless. Because you need to put your face and your business in front of the people that you want to see it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, I mean, how do you feel like me and Gabe were with you throughout the whole entire process? Like, do you feel like we were there every single second? We were on your ass, or like, how much were we really there?
I'd say you guys are not on my ass, but pretty close.
Yeah.
Like you guys wanted to hear from me at like every other day if I wasn't already texting you guys. You guys were really like wanting me to succeed, asking how I was doing, if I had any questions. You guys are immediately almost all the time there. Yeah, you guys were really, really helpful. Every time I needed something, you guys would answer the phone. Like, it's as simple as that, bro.
Right, definitely. And I mean, how do you feel like, I know you kind of went in depth to this a little bit. How do you feel like the connections, not me and Gabe, literally just the connections inside of the group benefited you and your business? Like being able to hear from people who are doing what you're doing, maybe a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse.
The connections in the group helped me quite some because there's people in the group that can be able to, buy infinite amount of pairs at any amount of times. And there's people in there that could source infinite pairs at any minute times. So like being able to be around people are good, are like-minded, have similar goals and are striving to do better every single day. And yeah, they're legit at the end of the day. You have so many, people in the community that you can make so much money off and just print.
Right. And I mean, bro, let's be real. Like, if you're paying X amount of money, any amount of money to join a program, why would you scam somebody? Why would you not be legit? Because then you're just fucking yourself over when you could just use the people in the group to your advantage to make a fuckload of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, trying to think if there's anything else, bro. I covered like a lot of my questions. I mean,
I just think it's funny how if people are like hesitant, like, bro, you literally put your face out there every day. Like, there's no more that you can really do.
dude, a little bit off topic. This might sound a little bit douchey for some people watching the video, but like, I get on calls with dudes all the time and I'll qualify them right. I'll have a phone call with them. They'll be like, okay, cool. I want what you have. I know exactly what you're offering. I want this. I know this will help me. I know this will benefit me. I know this will take me from making $2,000 to $3,000 to $5,000 to $6,000 plus. You have everything that I need, but I just don't want to do it. And it's just like those type of people are just closed-minded individuals, and I hate them so unbelievably much because if you're a closed-minded individual, you'll never make it in this industry. You have to be so unbelievably open-minded to every single opportunity that presents itself on your table, and you should be taking every single opportunity and taking as much advantage of it as fast as humanly possible, because if you're not taking advantage of it, you're a closed-minded individual, and you're simply not going to level up and be better. And that's like one of the biggest things that I learned is like you have to invest in people, you have to invest in knowledge, and you have to invest in things that you don't already have mastered. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, do you have any advice for like closed-minded individuals or just like people who know that whether it's my program, it's somebody else's program, or it's just an opportunity that they know would benefit themselves, but they're scared to actually do it? What advice would like you have for them to overcome that?
I mean, see what you need, and if you know the person, you can trust the person, and if they're giving you the value, that's why people say take the risk. Because at the end of the day, it's only a risk if you're taking it as a risk. But like in a program like this, or with other like-minded people, or proven to be legit people, it's obviously gonna be a risk because there's a dollar sign attached to it. You know what I mean? Like you don't know if you're fully gonna get the full value for it unless you know you're a workaholic. You want to crush everything every single day, use every single bits of knowledge that you get from the program. And I mean, they'll all work out at the end of the day because that's the whole point of it. There's no risk if you are the one wanting to put all the work in. It's only a risk if, you know, if it's someone you don't know and you don't want to put the work in.
Right. And I mean, question for you, what made you choose to like actually work with me rather than like somebody else? Like obviously there's other reseller programs. There's other people who are arguably doing better than me in different aspects. What made you decide to like actually work with me as a whole and not somebody else?
That's a hard question because I think it's honestly because of how you present yourself on social media. That's probably it. That's like I know you more than any other people, but I can't even like say that's the reason why either. I think it's just how you put yourself on social media and like how I seen point A to point B, and then I was like, bro, it just makes sense. I'm gonna join in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I don't know. I feel like the biggest reason why like I got so many people to join this program so fast and so many people trust me is just purely because of the fact I started documenting my journey almost 10, 11 months ago. People literally saw me and you saw me go from making like selling singles, making like 5K a month, working a job, 10K a month, 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K. And I documented my journey the whole entire way. So anybody to argue to say that like I'm faking my results or like my journey isn't legit, like bro, just go watch my content. Like it's so crazy because I literally have probably close to like 500 videos documenting my journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember your day in the life very first video. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that
There was a lot of buts and uhs in there.
you learn, you live and you learn, and you
Yeah.
know, you get better. The more you create and the more you put yourself out there, the more you learn. And every single video that you post, as long as it's 1% better than the last one, or you're trying something new, a different type of style, different, a different filter, different edits, different, maybe a voiceover, etc., a different style of video, you're doing good. Just try new shit and try to be slightly better than the last video and you will always win. Few more questions before we hop off. Do you feel like you got an ROI on this? Like, do you feel like this was
100%.
okay? So this was 110% worth it for you. This was like good investment.
Oh yeah.
Okay, awesome. Trying to think if there's anything else, bro. Kind of blank. I mean, do you have anything else for me or anybody watching this video? Because I mean, ideally, everybody who's watching this video this far in, they'll probably be at like fucking 25-minute mark. Obviously, likes me and wants something to do with our program or wants help in some way, shape, or form. Like, what advice would you give to them?
Trying to think what I haven't already said.
I mean, you can repeat yourself, bro. I mean,
it's more of just like you gotta have to have a big work ethic. You gotta really want it. Like that,
Okay.
you're literally getting. There's literally people in Miami. There's like 16-year-olds making $100,000 a month. Like I'm 21 and I see shit like that. Like some of that shit on the internet, I know is fake for granted, but that shit is actually real though. There's like actually people doing that.
Right.
It's like I'm not behind, but I don't work hard enough. Like a 16-year-old's outworking me. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, I have the work ethic, obviously, and I needed, to be able to have the people to help me get to the next step. And that's why I decided to invest in a mentor and a program at the end of the day.
And I mean, I feel like, bro, when it comes to like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, whatever, who are making this amount of money, the only difference between you and them is they simply know something that you don't. There's something that they know that they're working on that you don't even know exists or you haven't even tapped into yet. So it's like, when you see people like that, you just want to learn from them, bro. You want to do anything and everything in your power to provide them value so that way they want to provide you value back because you never know if the value that they're giving you could be worth $50,000 or $500,000 long term. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's pretty much it. I think we pretty much covered everything. Anything else at all? No?
I don't have anything else.
Okay, for sure. Awesome. That will be the video.